Hey, it's Soul with another video, and I would like to follow up on one of the low-key, but soon to be maybe more controversial changes coming in patch 9.0.5. We all knew about the Valor system. We were all also kind of unsure whether the milestones to upgrade gear would be shared account-wide, or in other words, if I got Keystone Master on one character, can I then switch to my alt and enjoy the benefits of upgrading Mythic gear all the way up to an item level of 220? And it looks like the answer is yes, based on recent reports, and today I want to talk about what this means in the immediate and the near future. Because at first glance, this seems pretty cool. This makes Mythic Plus progression a pretty alt-friendly venture, since the biggest barrier, which, the Shadowlands Keystone Master, that's shared. For alts, this turns the Valor system into a full-on progression system, up to an item level of 220, while relying on the Great Vault to get those sexy 226s, if those alts can clear 14s at least. Obviously, alts still need to get the gear, but considering the double drop rate even when failing a key, it's pretty safe to say that characters will have a much easier time gearing up than before, and through Valor, they now have this path to a high item level. I do have concerns with consistency though. If Keystone achievements are shared, why are the Contender and the other PvP achievements not shared across an account? Before getting to that, there are clear differences in the way gearing works. Dungeon gear comes from, it comes by chance, while PvP gear comes from a vendor. Dungeon gear has a lower upgrade cap, while PvPers have access to weapons equivalent to Mythic rating. So there already are inconsistencies, but it's a bit off-putting that Keystone achievements are going to be shared. My alts can theoretically be close to Mythic level gear by running low keys. I would waste a ton of Valor through that method, but the point is, a player only has to achieve Keystone Master once, whereas through PvP, that needs to be done per character. In a reality where, despite what you might think, some people do one activity and not the other, this is a bit of a letdown. One of two things really ought to happen in this situation. Either Keystone achievements should not be account-wide, or Gladiator achievements should be account-wide. It can go either way. But now my attention turns to Raiders, who are enjoying a 33% increased drop rate, and now select potency conduits drop from Castle Nathria, which is, woo, kind of cool. If I was a gear-minded person, which I'm not, I would naturally gravitate towards the gameplay loop that felt the easiest, the path of least resistance. In 9.0, that was PvP, where the biggest hurdle was to achieve that 2100 rating. In 9.0.5, I can argue that Keystone Master is the best route to take because all of my alts can enjoy this. Now, my gameplay preference is heroic rating, and the PvP grind didn't interest me enough to care that PvP trivialized heroic and even mythic gearing. I just don't get a kick out of arenas and battlegrounds. But since I've been in my dungeon kick lately, in light of this account-wide unlock, really, I gotta ask myself, why should I or anyone else care about raid gear at all? The itemization in raids is limited, the trinkets are good but not always better, and in my push to just get Keystone Conquer, that is, to get to complete 10s in every Shadowlands dungeon, I'm gonna get gear from the Great Vault each week that's better than raid gear anyway. Then I'll be able to upgrade gear that I've collected, or whatever's left, up to 213s. Now, a quick reminder, I'm coming at this from the perspective of just an AOTC heroic raider person. This is my indefensible opinion. I'm totally open for a takedown, but I feel like in this later half of Season 1, raiders are just gonna get totally raked over. I'm glad that I've gotten a lot more enthusiastic about Dungeons and Mythic Plus thanks to them being fun in Shadowlands, but if it wasn't, if I was as tuned out of Dungeons as I was in Battle for Azeroth and Legion, I would be feeling pretty pissed right now. Because just like arenas and RBGs, I don't want to do things outside my preference, and I won't, but I'll probably feel the effect on my performance in raids, and that is what would make me feel bad for my team. It's a little surprising to see this go through as is, though. I remember Blizzard's own comments on how the 9-piece Covenant set pretty much negates world quests, normal heroic and mythic 0 dungeons, and I think some other stuff a little bit too quickly. And now they're coming out with this. But I also have to check myself with an obvious reminder. We are 14 weeks into this season, and the concerns of how quickly I can gear up here versus there is muddied up by time, like BOEs and carry runs and just straight up helping our friends get caught up somehow, some way. 9.0.5 is going to be like this, it's going to be chaos with gearing, and we knew that there wouldn't be an answer for raid gearing in this patch. 9.1 is down a very, very far corner, and now the expectation is set for further improvements to gearing in raids, as well as probable tweaks to the Valor and Conquest systems. Just right now, though, it feels a little bit weird. I'd like to hear your thoughts or maybe your put-downs, because maybe you think I'm tripping, but whatever they are, put them in a comment below. Like the video, subscribe for more discussions, and all things Warcraft. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.